Okay, so let's jump back up on the bike, leave the Big Trout Creek behind, and we actually have a stop coming up just right up there. It's something that we've already kind of mentioned and talked about already, so we're gonna go have a look. All right, so as you can see, we have a very, very rare thing, and what I mean by rare is I believe this is the only one on this line. And so what we have is we have a remaining signal tower from the interlock back at Red Rock. We talked a little bit about the interlock itself. Again, this line was not signaled, it was dark territory. So the only sets of signals on this line were to control that interlock. So basically we're about a mile west of the interlock. So there was a signal tower here, there was one just before the interlock, and then there was a similar pattern on the east side of the interlock as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work our way a little closer and have a look at this tower. Okay. So here's our close-up look at the signal tower. You can see that it's been here for a while with the moss that's growing on it. You can see sort of the upper portion of the tower itself. Again, you can see the age. The wood here that is supporting the box is all basically rotten and starting to come apart. Here you can see some of the inner workings inside the signal box itself, some of the wiring. Here's what's left of the door. And then here you can see the ladder and part of the top part of the signal platform, so they can perform maintenance on the signal itself. So again, this is this is a very, very rare site because again, there is no other signal that I know of that exists for this interlock, and there, as far as I know, no other signal on this line. Okay, so let's hop back up on the bike here and just continue to plug along to the west here. All right, back in the saddle here, leaving the interlock signal behind. Okay, so I'm going to zip you ahead to our next point of interest here. Okay, so here we're approaching a level crossing, or a former level crossing. Just scanning the brush here just in case I see a flanger sign or something. So this is road number 1, Red Rock Road number 1. So just one of the number of small roads here in the township. Here you can see the sign for the level crossing. Private crossing, use at your own risk. And then over here, once we get back up on the grade, just up here, we have another little point of interest. Here you can see one of the homes alongside the grade. Lots of the people who established homes and things like that along in this area here. Some of these things probably date back quite a long period of time. Obviously access provided by the rail line, so we're kind of sandwiched in between this home here, sandwiched in between the Canadian Northern line, and then to the north was the Canadian Pacific line. So right here, saw this. Unfortunately, it's missing kind of the important part. But basically we have some sort of sign marker. I don't think it's a flanger sign, just simply because of the location of the bolts on here. So you can see that the bolts are really offset. There's a pretty big wide spacing here. The bolts should be kind of more tighter together if it's a flanger sign. So I'm not quite sure what this sign would have been for. Kind of in the right spot for a flanger sign, but you know, with the crossing just back over there, again, not quite sure what that sign would have been used for. So obviously whatever's on it is gone. Okay, let's hold up here for a second and then continue our journey. Okay, back in the saddle. A little bit different here. There's a ridge right there, and the sun is behind the ridge, so now we're kind of in a shadow area. So the video probably looks a little different. So here I think is another culvert, just massive amounts of culverts in this area. Again, no marker or illegible marker. A little cooler here out of the sun. Like I said, the weather as of late has been gorgeous, like very unseasonal. I think this is sort of the last little gasp of a fall here. So here you can see the Trout Creek beside us. And again, there's all kinds of culverts, you know, diverting water into the creek. Try not to kill myself here. Gotta watch where I'm going. So here's another one of these culverts. There's actually a telegraph pole down there. I think this is most of these culvert markers were completely illegible. There's the telegraph pole down there, but I doubt there's going to be anything to see on it. We actually do have a really neat telegraph pole that we're going to be taking a little bit more of a look at when we get there. So here's yet another culvert, again, illegible marker. You can see the white marker kind of sticking out there, or the white painted marker sticking out quite prominently. I think we have one coming up here that we can actually read. Okay, so I think this is the one that we can get some sort of numbers off of. So I see 133.86. 133.86. Okay, let's hold up here for a second, and then we'll continue our journey.